What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to do a little something to the Road Glide.
We're going to do so much to the Road Glide that we started last night.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
What are we doing?
So, been looking forward to this for quite some time. I've had this in a box in the garage. We are changing out the inner fairing, getting rid of the black that came with the bike, and putting in a color match. It's been sitting here. We've been trying to get to this for a while. We got a guest mechanic hiding in the wings over here who's going to help us. We started last night because we knew this was going to be a big job and wanted to get it done today. So we started ripping it apart, but we got to tear all this apart. The whole fairing's got to come off, swap the inner fairing, and put it all back together, and hopefully we get it done today.
Yeah, and we got a couple people coming over
To get in the way.
to get in the way, slow us down, and I'll be shooting some video throughout the day. But you know, something this big, for these huge installs, we don't do it step by step.
Yeah, this is not step by step. If you want step by step, go check out Sick Baggers.
Yep.
He does a good one. That's actually what I've been looking at to kind of get this done. So, and now we're gonna turn it over to Bob and let him go.
You. All right.
All right.
Let's get going. All right.
Well, you take a breath and calm down.
Update 1. We've gone a whole 25 minutes taking a break.
Yeah, but everything's off.
What's he been doing in 25 minutes?
No comment.
2 cups of coffee and one shit, and he's like talking shit about it. Listen, we got Superman of NJ's bike here, doing a little work on it. You see him? Yeah, so we got everything off the bike, everything off the old inner fairing. Gonna clean a few things up and then break out the new inner fairing and start reattaching stuff.
All right. Well, coming off went pretty.
That's fast.
Yeah. It's
Getting the wiring stuff out of the way, really, I think that helped because this stuff was all the
big
bolts.
takeoff stuff.
Yeah, just
All right.
screws and bolts.
So again, I guess we're maybe 40 minutes in here, but it was an hour last night.
Yeah.
Probably of slow takeoff.
Well, because I was numbering all these connections so that we hopefully don't.
So what I'll show you now is when Bert was taking the bike apart, we took painter's tape and we painter's taped each side of a connection and gave that a number.
Yeah.
So we could make life a little bit easier. I mean, the reality of it is all of those plugs are pretty plug specific, but now we just don't have to hunt.
Right.
All right.
Good times.
See you in a bit.
And it went through the piece that actually holds the door hatch.
So the door that holds on the glove box
7/16.
Yep.
there
Bob, we got this organized now, man.
was missing a
That's
missing
not
an Allen
organized.
screw.
Actually, holding the sockets up and marked on the spot where what size they are is actually organized.
How about baby steps, Bob? Did you see it before?
Yo.
Yeah.
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 7/16, you said?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What size is that, though?
You guys are interrupting the shot.
No, I'm just.
Got it!
What a
See, you found it. How long did that take?
Look at that. Organization.
They're stood upright and I can see them without.
Oh.
Oh my god.
It's not quite
So-
what's going on?
So you're missing a little screw holding on that glove box on the other side. And oddly enough, we picked up a box when we were doing the lift of nuts and bolts. That if I could find a link, I will actually put down below on Amazon. We picked ours up at Harbor Freight though, and Bob found a match, thread match. I mean, got the radio in, got the gauges in,
This is back on tight, right?
and getting the glove compartment covers on. Fairing is on the bike.
Oh, what was that?
Oh no,
No, seriously, what was that? Where'd that go?
it's right there in front of you.
What is this that just popped off?
Oh boy.
Oh, Bob. Bob.
So the fairing is on the bike.
Don't you get me.
And it's what time is it?
Shit.
What time is it?
10?
10:33.
Yo, 10:30 in the morning, and the fairing is
We
on
got
the bike.
we got so much more things we can do today.
I know this is crazy.
So what do we got?
Remember we used to be able to hang out?
What do we got? So we're not gonna show you yet, but we got the inner fairing in. But we decided we got that done so quick because Bob is awesome that
These liars.
that we had to do. We had lower fairings that have been here for I think even longer than the inner fairing. So we got those mounted and just finished wiring them. We're double checking the wire. It's good. So we've not only done the inner, but we've also gotten lower fairings done today, and the lights for the lower fairings done today. And now we're just buttoning everything back up. So once we get it all buttoned back up, we'll give you a good look at it.
So, kind of a long day. Not as long as other days we've had in the garage, for sure, I think.
Yeah, no, it was a long day, but we got a lot done.
Yeah.
Actually, more than we actually set out to do.
Yeah, we did get a lot done.
So the inner fairing swap actually went so well, partially because we kind of started last night, getting just some of the stuff off, the outer fairing, started disconnecting some wires, took the headlight out, stuff like that, got that out of the way. So it went really smooth and really quick today, taking it completely off, swapping everything over to the new fairing, and putting it back on. So we were able to actually start something else we've been waiting a long time to do, which is put the lower fairings on. So,
and the lower fairings have AdvanBlack lower fairings, color matched.
yes.
And they have vent lights in them.
Yeah, they got their own. AdvanBlack has their own lights.
Yeah.
So AdvanBlack color match lowers, color match inner fairing, and the lights on the lowers today, all knocked out. We've been waiting a long time to do that, and I think it went really, really well.
I think it went well. And I got to tell you, I was just saying to Bert, sometimes we do stuff to the bikes, and I'm like, yeah, that looks really good, but this looks really good.
Digging it.
I mean, it's a big change, and I feel like the color match, it makes the bars pop now, because those bars are really cool. So it makes the speaker grills, although still black, are a nice complement to the color match dash. Like, I don't know that I would want them color matched.
No,
I know people,
I don't think so. That's a bit much.
I know people do that.
I actually like it black, yeah.
But I like the black contrast of the speaker grills, and I think it looks really good. Plus, we did, obviously, the gauge cluster is color matched now. The section that goes below the gauge cluster onto the forks is color matched. So the whole front end's looking really good.
So basically, it's a whole. I mean, you can get all these parts individually, or
Yeah.
you can get them all as one big kit. the whole interfering kit from AdvanBlack, which gives you everything. It gives you this. I don't know what this top piece is called.
It's just a cowl. I
It's
think
like the top of the
I think
top
it's
of
just
the
a fairing
outer
cowl. Yeah.
So that's color matched. I mean, all of it. I mean, you can get it all, and it just freaking really goes well together.
Yeah, it looks good.
So.
The other thing I like, I mean, the lowers are super easy install. What I like about the lowers is with the lights that snap into them, is these lights, unlike other lights that I've seen, are smoked.
Yeah.
So when they're not on, they don't stand out as like this kind of a white kind of pasty light that's on the bike.
Yeah.
They are a nice quality smoked, and when they're on, I mean, they're bright.
Yeah. So obviously we didn't do a step-by-step install on this. If you want to see kind of how to do that, I recommend going over to Sick Baggers. Steve does the work for Advan.
Yeah.
And he actually has the install video on his channel. He does a video on the AdvanBlack YouTube channel about the interfering, but not actually the step-by-step. So you can go over to his channel, Sick Baggers, see the step-by-step. And honestly, if you just follow it step-by-step, seems intimidating at first if you haven't done stuff like this. I know you pull that outer fairing off and all those wires that all have to come apart. It can be overwhelming, but we just took it step by step. And what I did that I felt really helped me, not being experienced in this, was every plug that I disconnected, I put a piece of painter tape on each side and gave it a number. So the first one I took off 1, 1. And then just every one of them, 2, 3, 4. So when we put this back together, it went real fast.
Yeah,
like
the reassembly
because you
was
just
quick.
found 2, 2, boom, put it together. 3, 3, and then we just did that for the whole thing, and really made it easy going back on, and took away that kind of intimidating, factor.
Yeah.
So.
The one thing is putting it back on, I noticed what the guys were doing is make sure that, there are some wires that need to come to the top to go to your blinkers and whatnot. And, when you take this apart, like there's a main wiring harness, there's wires that go to the radio, there's wires all over the place. Make sure that you know which wires need to go to the top.
Yeah.
And that before you put your headlight on, you start to get stuff really situated back into that fairing, that you have them routed to the right spot.
Yeah, and depending on what you might already have done to your bike, will change the amount of wires that you have.
Yeah.
I know if you follow Steve on Sick Baggers Disassembly, he had way less wiring. But I know mine has an amp in
You
there.
have stage 2 boom audio, so you have an amp.
I know it's got the Sirius radio in there. That's another wire. So it had these extra wires that, like when you're watching step by step, you're like, wait, what about this? But it's just because you might have different stuff in there.
Yeah, but
So.
again, everything's pretty plug specific. Number all your plugs that take apart. Take your time, do it systematically, use your painter's tape, and
It's really not that bad.
it looks a lot worse than it is, honestly.
It seems scary at first because I know I was intimidated, but having done it now, anybody can do it. It's not that hard, and you don't really need any special tools. So
And you don't need like a lift or anything to do this. We use the maintenance stand just to keep the bike
And level.
upright and just like a little bit higher so that you were at a nice working height. But you don't need a lift. You don't need any special equipment. The one thing it is nice to have, and if I could find a link for them, I'll leave below, are these, I bought them at Harbor Freight, but they're like an auto body mechanics kit that are plastic and they're, non-abrasive, and they're good for things like, working with the cowl and getting stuff separated, and they're good for popping out. Sometimes the wires
little
are
Christmas
in these,
tree-
like
little
those
Christmas
Christmas
tree
tree
plugs
plugs.
that- yeah.
So that is something that it is like handy to have. They're good for popping out speaker grills if you can't quite get your speaker grill out from behind. So like I said, I'll leave a link down below for those. But we picked ours up at Harbor Freight.
Yeah. So I think it looks amazing. I'm super stoked about it. Well, obviously, you guys are going to see it, so you tell me what you think.
Yeah, let us know. And that's it.
That's it. That's the video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Leave some comments. Let us know what you think. Hit that thumbs up, man, and we will see you guys on the next one.
All right.
Later.
Later.